segment 3. Hashtag Andine Rose. We got a very special guest today.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
very excited.
All right, I'm very excited about this because this is kind of a topic that, everybody, in my world, I think everybody's just kind of sweeping under the rug. When it comes to the cannabis industry and what's going on in the cannabis industry, we're kind of in a big celebration here because of the legalization of cannabis and marijuana. But I've always said my whole life, with every action, there's a reaction. There's going to be something that's going to happen because of this action. There's going to be a reaction. So, Dr. Gabe, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much, both of you, for having me.
You bet. What we're going to talk about here is you are Destinations for Teens. This is an advocacy group, or this is an entity that deals with teens and addiction and marijuana and all the reaction to all the action.
Right. So we really deal with teens, not only just substance abuse, but mental health issues. Since, again, everything's intertwined with teenagers. Depression, anxiety, trauma.
Right.
And it's a very tumultuous time, so we really want to help these teens, especially those who are not able to function fully.
Well, let's get into it because, according to the rules, if you're over 18, you can go and buy legal marijuana here, but we do have people under 18. I'm a parent. I have a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old. I am in the heat of the battle.
So you are in our target audience, so to say.
What do I need to know about marijuana and teens?
Okay. I think a good initial take-home point is the marijuana that individuals are using today are different than our generation when we were younger. So compared to the 60s, 70s, 80s, it's much more potent, 10 times much more potent, even more than 10 times. And we haven't had the luxury or the time to see what the after effects are. So if you really try to imagine, the pot now is that much more potent than the pot of many years ago.
Right.
Even when you have a parent who says, well, why there's nothing harmful about using marijuana. I used it all through high school and college. I got good grades.
Right.
I got a job. It didn't affect me. It's a different entity we're talking about.
It is. It's totally different in this generation. My son is in the industry, and the stuff that he educates me on, it's just mind-blowing. It's frightening in a lot of ways when you think about how strong it is. It's so accessible now. And so, my kids are older, and I can't imagine having teenagers.
Yeah, it's challenging.
It's just different.
In my mind, we're going to ask the doctor, how does this legalization impact families? We're going to ask him, but in my mind, I'm just thinking, at some point in time, I'm not going to be around. They're going to be old enough, and I'm not going to be there to say, maybe you should think twice about this. So, I just do the best I can. But doctor, how is this legalization, this euphoria, everybody's rocking billboards, there's TV commercials. The money is unbelievable. Like I said, what people are being thrown in jail a year ago, now people are making millions. Right. How does that affect our family?
Right. So, I think it's really important for parents, and we'll use you as an example. If you suspect your son might be using or seems to be more withdrawn or isolating himself, and again, teenagers want to push boundaries. They don't always want to talk to that. But if you start noticing like he's not reaching out to his friends, it's good to inquire and have really an open mind. I really think that, any type of drug, alcohol, even overeating food, it serves some sort of purpose. And again, if you can just have that dialogue with your kid, not saying, it's right or wrong, but try to educate them. What do you know about marijuana? I think that's a very good starting point. What have you heard? Because again, there's a lot of good information out there and a lot of misinformation. I think there's an argument to be made that for some medical disorders, it can actually be really helpful, like chronic pain. But like other medical disorders, there's not that much evidence, but they just put it on the law in the books in various states before it even became legalized. And what was on the law doesn't exactly always follow the science. So I really think it's having a trusted person, whether it's the local doctor, family doctor, psychiatrist, that you can really have a dialogue and ask questions to sort of tease out what's blasted in the media. Because again, there's information out there, but how do you process it and really understand it appropriately?
Because it is something that every family's going to have to deal with now.
Definitely.
Because like I said, it's just it's just like any drug. I mean, and I'm sure we've all met people who smoke dope and they just have to smoke it every day, and their whole life is centered around smoking dope. And then you got people, I smoke once a week, and my life is great, and it's just the way I relax at night, and that's my drug of choice. So, but anyway, what's important? We want to make sure we cover this. You have an event today.
Right. We have a
Today.
specific event today, 3:30 p.m. At our Henderson Clinic. Again,
Right.
it's our intensive outpatient and day treatment program for
Right.
teenagers, where it's not only designed for parents, teachers are welcome, even the teenagers themselves, that I'll be doing a presentation on marijuana and adolescence, and really just trying to demystify a lot of the myths and just give some general information, you know, and what the evidence is for what's helpful, what not helpful, and really how it focuses the adolescent. Because again, the adolescent brain, it's developing. It's
Yeah.
not like our physical characteristics that we stop growing when we're 16, 17, but our
Right.
brains really develop and are really plastic until the early 20s, and that's the critical time. And that's why, you know, we're not saying anything about more adults, but for
Right.
teenagers, that they don't have that reserve for their brains to fully develop. What are the risks for them?
And what's the address of your
9089 South Pecos Road.
Okay.
And again, we're Destinations for Teens.
Right, Destination for Teens, and you're having an event today.
This afternoon
This
today.
afternoon.
And we're and our plan is, and we've done some other parent education events, so hopefully once a month we'll have parent education events on different topics open for free for the community.
which is awesome.
Which is awesome. And how, and real fast, how does the treatment centers and what you do and your mission, how does that help us? How does that help a guy like me?
Okay, so I think for a guy like you, it brings awareness. It provides a way for you to talk to kids,
Right.
to reach out to your viewers who have questions. Again, a lot of misconceptions out there. How do you tease out what's true, not true, and allow people to challenge people like me, or even get in
Right.
touch with doctors like me? I think it really helps society as a whole because, again, with the way technology is now, the way you have a lot of difficulties with kids struggling in school, a lot more isolation, a lot more difficulties, families being cohesive. You know, people are really struggling, especially teenagers. So how do we help improve their attendance in school, getting along with their families? Because at the same time, we're dealing with teenagers
Right.
who want to push away, and that's good to let them be independent. But how
right.
do we at least give them the tools to do that safely and not go
And I
overboard?
think it's harder in this day and age with the social media to be a teenager. Because
Definitely.
I don't personally see a lot of good, strong role models for them. The ones that they are following are not good role models, and then the insecurity, the bullying, it's the cyberbullying. I mean,
Right.
I can't even imagine having my kids young now.
Does bullying affect? Is it something that increases or decreases the likelihood of substance abuse?
You know, let's put it this way. I think a lot of both adults and teenagers, the more they feel disconnected from their community or ostracized, again, cyberbullying is permanent. It's there. You know, it's not like I leave school
Right, you
or on the
can't take it down.
weekend, but it's there on Facebook. And just like adults and kids, everyone has to be focused on their Facebook, on their media. But again, that has harmful effects because it stays with you. And again, so maybe for many of these teens, it's a form of relief, a way to cope, a way to check out, which again, short term, it does have benefit. It gives you relief from that psychological pain. But
Right.
again, the long-term effects are very concerning. And we really want people to be able to talk and be connected and to address the issues rather than hide it.
Well, you know, it's, for what it's worth, it's a drug, and what drugs do is they alter your normal state of being. So, again, I think the jury's still out. I think the Pandora's out of the box now. It's here, and it's here to stay. It's just now that there's money and legality behind it, the efficiency of way it's distributed and sold and marketed. Hey, Joe Camel is coming for your kid, and he don't have a cigarette no more.
Right.
He's got a marijuana cigarette in his mouth. So all that now is something that we have to deal with. So, Doctor, let's get some information on you as far
Yes.
as where to find you, your contact information, because this
Website,
was great.
everything.
Website.
Sure. Yeah. So Destinations for Teen, www.destinationsforteens, plural.com. Office phone number 310-728-2125. We're both based in Southern California
Okay.
and here in Henderson.
Awesome.
And we've been around since June 2013, and I'm proud to say I've been with the company since the founding.
That's
Well, it was an
fantastic.
honor having you on our
Thank
show
you.
today, and I hope you had a great time.
Thank
and
you.
we got to thank Luke Furman for
Yeah,
that,
it's
for
good to
bringing
have
on
this in our
the.
community.
Thank
We'll
you
be
very
back
much.
with the app right after this.